My name is Amber and today we'll be revisiting my Tunisian crochet sampler blanket project. So you might see that I am wearing the same thing I was wearing in the last video because I've been spending time after filming that considering the project and thinking about it and trying to make some sense of all these squares and making them into a cohesive project. So I wanted to bring you along with me. So here we have our multicolored squares, and I want for every unique color, not including the white, a square that has the color and a white. And so that means I need seven squares. And currently I have actually 6 because I have 2 of these. So I need 2 more, which is just one of these and one of these to complete this set. I need to choose which one of these pink ones I'm going to include in the blanket. I prefer the look of this one, but this is a honeycomb, which I've already done before, whereas this is a unique stitch that isn't included anywhere else. So my brain's saying, include this one, but my mind is saying, but this one's prettier, I like it better. So feel free to comment below which square you would prefer to include. But I need to choose one of those squares to come out. Here I need 6 squares. Here I have 4, I need to do 2. And in this one I have 7 and I need 6. And I've chosen this lovely square that's not a square to not be included because it wants to be a diagonal or a diamond or a scroll, just not a square. So it's difficult to work with. It's very, very thick. So I'm planning on pulling this out and reclaiming the yarn and not trying to repeat the pattern because obviously the pattern didn't work. In the green, I need 6, I have 6. In the yellow, I have 7 and I need 6. And I've compared all my squares to my sizing square, and these two are a challenge, and we'll get back to those. So I need to choose what to do with those 2 squares. Pink, same situation. I have 7, I need 6, but 2 squares are an issue. In white, I have 10 and I need 8. And I've chosen to take out these 2 squares. This one's just plain too small. This one actually is too large. And we'll talk about what's going to happen with these 2. And here, I actually need 6. I only have 5. I can't do any more because there's no more of this thread. So it's just going to be what it is. So it'll be the oddball. So let's talk about these white ones, pink ones, and yellow ones. My choice at this point is to choose one of these squares to rework into the right size and include it, or set them both aside and just choose a new pattern to learn and put it in there. And that goes for the yellow as well. The white ones, I'm not going to include them, and the question is, do I like the patterns enough to rework them in a different color, like in one of the new colors where I actually need more squares of it? And I haven't really decided. I don't know that I want to do this one because I have plenty of squares that have gathered textures like this, so it's not really unique. So more than likely I won't use this, and then the question is, am I just reclaiming the yarn, or what am I going to do with it? I don't know. But I'm thinking just pass on this one. This one is a very unique pattern, so I might rework this into one of the newer colors, but it's also an annoying pattern, so I don't know. So the same question with these ones. Do I like the pattern enough to repeat it? Can I figure out what the pattern is to redo it in the right size? Because a lot of times it's just the wrong dimension. It's not necessarily adding more rows, it's like this, the overall size completely is wrong. So I have questions and thoughts. And it's like, for brand new squares, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, I just need 6 more squares. And here in my hand is 5 squares. And I know I already have another blue one started, so that could technically finish the whole project if I just redid all of these patterns. But my real question is, do I want to redo them? Do I like them enough to redo them? Or is it okay for me to go ahead and just learn something new? And like, this one's just funky. I'm pretty sure I remember what it is. I was practicing reverse stitches, and it was just a lot of different stitches in one, but like here, it's one stitch and then it goes to a different stitch halfway through the row. And then there's weird sideways bits and here, and it looks very not well done. So I can't imagine wanting to redo this because it's not nice overall. So I probably will not redo this one. This one I like, but like I said, it's kind of annoying. So that's the quandary I'm in, is am I going to learn new stitches? Am I going to redo old stitches? Which ones are going to make the cut? And just because I have 5 squares here, and I have 6 more new squares to do, that doesn't take into account the 2 squares I need to redo in yellow and pink. So in reality, it's 8 squares that are going to be redone, or 8 squares to complete. Whether it's a remake or a brand new square, I need 8 more. If you're confused, welcome to the party. I'm confused too. I'm just trying to make sense of it all right now. And I am also in the position of reminding myself that this project was always about learning and exploring, and it was always a fly by the seat of my pants project, even though my brain really, really wants it to be organized and planned out, and I want to be able to present it in a logical fashion. The reality is that's not what this is. This is just a matter of learning and exploring and bringing you along on my journey as I'm learning and exploring. And right now you get to see the angst that I have over it not being organized and logical. But it's all about stretching my learning, stretching my comfort zone, and going with the flow. And as West and I were talking about it, I've been working on this project for a very long time. Although I don't believe I did any crocheting while we were at the rental. So there was definitely a break in the middle of it all. So hopefully this gives us some orientation to what's going on and where we're going. And maybe the next video will be less confusing. I don't know. I can't guarantee that. But until next time, if you're interested in more crocheting content, the playlist will be listed next to me. Until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day, and feel free to like and subscribe.